Hello, everybody. Joseph Lockhart, running for City Council District 7. I just wanted to say hello to you guys, introduce you to me so that you can know a little bit about me and my platform. Also, if you guys have any questions towards the end, definitely feel free to post those questions and I'll answer them. Even if I miss them on the live video, I will go through and enter in the comments to answer your questions. So, just a little bit about myself. I've lived in Fort Worth since I was 4 years old, so I've been here a while. And I have 5 children, ages 11 on down to 2. I have a beautiful wife. Her name is Jessica. She's been working for IO Texas Schools and Birdville ISD for a long time now. And so maybe some of you guys may know her from there. Been in the community for a long time. I am pastor of Greenhouse Discipleship. And we do a lot of different stuff in the community. We work with a Boys to Men mentoring program. We do that every summer just to help the kids grow into good young men. 1 week is mentoring, straight mentoring, just teaching them about manhood. And then the next week is entrepreneurship. So we have them open up a business. So we've been doing that for 5 or 6 years now. I'm a part of 2 different boards. I'm on the board of directors for True Faith Community, and that is something where we try to bring housing to disadvantaged families and help them find good jobs and also a place to live and work with their community around them. We network them with other people in their situation. That way they can have people around them to help them as well. And then I'm a part of the board of directors for Bridging the Gap, which is an organization designed to reach out and mentor young men and adults in helping bridging the gap between them and their families and them and their communities and of course them and Christ. So those are some things that I'm really active in and I really enjoy. As far as professionally, I am a small business owner. I own a company called JDM Janitorial, and our slogan is "We'll empty your trash and not your pockets." So that's just a little bit about me. Some basic facts, but one thing about me is that I love Fort Worth. I really truly love Fort Worth, everything about it since I've been aware of my surroundings as a little boy. We've lived here and it's been a helping community, it's been a supportive community, and something that I want my kids to grow up in. That's why we've stayed in Fort Worth. And so, but of course, with every community, every organization, everything that's good, it can always improve and get better. And so, what our campaign is a new voice, right? And what we're trying to do is bring some innovation to what Fort Worth has already been doing. So there's a few things that we can do for our district. Our district is District 7. So District 7 is a big district. It has a lot of different diverse issues because it is so large. We go all the way up Texas Motor Speedway, all the way south to Loop 820, and then we go west on Loop 820 through Lake Worth area, White Settlement area, and then on down into Arlington Heights. And so those are very diverse communities, and they don't have the same issues. So and some of the issues that our communities are facing are what they call food deserts. And so food deserts are where you have very bad options for groceries and things. So the Quick Sack and different corner stores is where the families are forced to go buy their groceries. And so the nutritional value is not that great. The prices are really high, and it's not a good situation. So the first thing in order to fix the food deserts, my plan is to create what they call in the federal government a hub zone. It's a historically underutilized business zone. And what that is people they offer incentives to bring businesses into those zones, especially high-paying jobs, so that the community can have better jobs, and also the businesses will have an incentive so they'll want to go in there. And so with that, we could create something like that on the local level where we create these zones in these food deserts and encourage grocery stores to come in like Aldi's or Winco, and we encourage them to come in and we give them a tax incentive. And so with that, those jobs are usually over $10 an hour, And so it will open up jobs in that community, and also it will bring them great grocery options where they could have low budget groceries and they could have high quality, even access to organic foods. So in doing that and creating that zone, we kill two birds with one stone. We bring higher paying jobs, and we knock out the food desert in that area. And food desert in our district would be something like near the white settlement area in Fort Worth. Over there, Western Hills, they don't have any good grocery options over there. And so putting a grocery store in that area, it would create better jobs, and it will help the health and nutrition of that community. Another thing that another part of my platform that I'm looking to do is I want to create a scholarship program. So the CCPD is a community fund for the police department where where it allows them to work with the community to develop the community so that they can work together to lower crime rates. And in using that, it hasn't been the most effective so far. But what I propose is that we redistribute those funds, so we create a scholarship program so that we can recruit in the high schools young men and young women for the police department. And as they spend their first 4 years out of high school in the police department, getting training, working those routes, then they can receive a college scholarship to the school of their choice, and they can go on with their career from there, or they can stay with the police department once they finish their career. And that way, the community would also resemble the police department. So we would have people that were grown up in that community. They're familiar with the people there. They don't have the fear and apprehension that goes along with being in an unfamiliar place. And they would also, it would cut down on unnecessary tickets, unnecessary police violence. It would cut down on a lot of that because they would know the people that they are dealing with, and the people that they're dealing with would know them. And so that is a thing that I would love to see go in effect very quickly. And we already have the funds available, so all it would be is getting the rest of the city council on board with me to get that passed. And I believe that would knock a big hole in some of the issues, the social issues that we have. Another thing that I want to do is whenever I'm in there, I would be working for city council, the mayor, the police department, to be more active in the community so that the community knows who is serving them. That way, if they have questions, we go meet them in their community. We have a free barbecue sponsored by the city where people can come out, they can socialize with one another, get to meet their neighbors, get to meet their city council representative, get to meet their mayor, get to meet their chief of police and the person that's serving that route in the police department. And that way we create a tighter community to where we can depend on one another so that, hey, I didn't know you lived over here. I'll watch your house whenever you need help. Or, hey, I didn't know you were my police officer. There's this issue that's been going on and I didn't know who I could tell about it. I think by connecting the community, it would create a tighter circle where we could sniff out some of these issues before they overcome these communities. And so these are some quick things, some basic things that I would like to see put in place very quickly so that they can start taking care of some of these issues. Now, in the north side of my district, there's a completely different set of issues. It's all infrastructure. This area has grown so quickly, so rapidly that it is congested. It is bogged down. We just barely got a police department over here. And so there was we had no one really looking at our streets and taking care of those things. Now the police department is here. Now, obviously, we're a little behind on the roadways. So that would be something that we will work with a lot of the school congestion. There are many roads that go in between the communities that are only one lane on each side. The focus would be to pass bond packages to widen those roads and also add sidewalks to these streets in these communities so that the kids can safely walk to school. And many of the communities were missing large sidewalks, which are inexpensive fixes to where we could even lessen some of that traffic where the kids feel safe and the parents feel safe sending them to school because they have sidewalk going from their neighborhood all the way to the school that they attend. So those are some things that I would love to focus on. Obviously, getting more stations, police stations, fire stations as the years go on to continue to, as we grow up here in the north, that we don't have those issues where we're underserved because it's not enough police and fire to serve all the people that live here. So in our district, there's 138,000 people. One big problem that we have in all the districts is that while we have 138,000 people, only 4,000 people voted. Well, a little bit over 4,000 people voted in the previous city council election. So we're underrepresented. I talked to several city council people, and the thing is they shift. It's easy to shift your focus to the people that vote because they get a record of every city, community. So your neighborhood has a record of who all votes in that neighborhood, and so it's easy to focus on the voting communities. So another thing about being a new voice is I want your voices to be heard. So even if you don't elect me, even if you don't vote for me, I want you to research city council, and I want you to make the best selection that you can for your family, for your community. And I want you to go out there and vote. May 1st is the most important election that we never vote in. We think the national election is where we fix the issues, but it's not. It's right here in Fort Worth. It's May 1st. You go down there, you get you a city council representative that will hear out your issues personally. You can call your city council representative. You can call your mayor, and you can allow them to hear your concerns, voice your concerns to them, and then we can take it in a new direction. With the guidance of that council. And so I encourage you. I am asking you, even if you don't vote for me, even if you say, hey, I don't agree with everything that he's saying, I don't agree with everything that he wants to do, I would rather see it go a different direction, make sure you vote. We can't continue to allow 4,000 people to dictate because our city council. So you say, what does city council do? In elementary school, we learned about the legislative branch, the judicial branch, and we learned about the executive branch. Well, city council is the legislative branch of the city. So they pass all the laws and ordinances. They have 9 people vote, one of them being the mayor, and they pass every single piece of legislation for the city and every single ordinance for the city. And so if we don't have the right elected officials in there, all of the laws that pertain to your safety, all the laws that pertain to your well-being here in Fort Worth, well, you're allowing them to pick them without representing yourself, without having any representation. So we have to be more involved. And I'm the first one to admit that I have not been super involved in the city council process. But when I recognized that was an issue, I had to get involved. And people say, oh, well, it's corruption in all forms of government, at all levels of government. Well, the reality is we just have to get out and solve that problem. So by being more active, we can fix that. I'm not taking any campaign money, any donations from these different political action committees. You would call them lobbyists. I'm not taking any money from them. This has all been self-funded. I pay for all the signs myself, all the ads myself, because I want to make sure that I don't owe any favors when I get in there. The only group that I was looking to go forward with is the Fort Worth Fire Department, because I strongly believe in their motives and their motivations. And speaking to them for a couple hours the other day, I know that they're committed to the safety of the people. And so I know they would never ask me to do anything that goes against the safety of the people. But other than that, I haven't even taken a single meeting with any of the political action committees, because I know that my commitment must remain the same, which is to take care of the city and offer a new voice, a new opinion, some innovation, to take what we already have that is good and make it even better. So I'm excited to represent you guys. And like I said, even if you don't vote for me, I'm excited to see this new wave coming into Fort Worth. We have 4 city council seats that have no incumbent in them, so there will be new people there representing you. And so I know it's going to be a change, and I'm hoping that I can be a part of that change, because I know it's going to take us into that next level. So I thought I saw a question. I don't think so. So like I said, this is I'm running for City Council, District 7. So the zip codes are actually uh, wonky. City council gerrymandering is nothing like I've seen in my life. It is a zigzag line that goes all over, and really it goes after certain neighborhoods, and it doesn't really go. It doesn't abide by zip code. So what you have to do is you got to go to fortworth.gov and look at your city council map. Type in your address, and it will tell you what district you fall in. We have a link on our Facebook page that you can go to, and you can find out exactly which district you're in. But that is super important, finding out what district you're in, and then familiarizing yourself with those representatives there. Because I know I'm connected to people all across Fort Worth because I've been here so long, and so I want you guys to vote no matter if it's in my district or not, because it is super important, especially this election. We're going to have a new mayor. You need to vote for your mayor. This is very, very important because there is going to be a change whether you vote or not. So you might as well let your voice be heard. Go out and check out those 5 candidates. I think it's 5, maybe 6 candidates, and find out who's going to be the best fit for you. Right. Yeah. So District 7, basically, if we go by history, 4,000 votes is all we need to win. Which is nothing. When you have 138,000 people that are supposed to be represented, 4,000 votes is nothing. But we got to be active. So I ask you guys that you share. If you're gonna vote for me, share and like the page. If you're not gonna vote, just private. If you're not gonna vote for me, just privately go into your vote. Okay. Don't tell everybody not to vote for me. But yeah, like I said, it's important. We have an opportunity to fix some things that have been broken for a long time. We got an opportunity to fix the dysfunction. We got the cultural divide. We can fix these things, and it's been told to us that it's unfixable. It's broken forever. It's not true. It's very simple, basic things that we have the money, we have the funding available, but no one is concerned about fixing them. And so together we can put together this strategy, and I'm listening. We had some issues that people were submitting questions, and on next door people were submitting questions on Facebook, and I took every single question that y'all asked and I took it straight to city council, and we got answers on most of it. Some of the answers we didn't like, some of the answers we did, some of the action that wasn't going to be taken, changing is going to be taken now. And so you guys just keep that same momentum, keep that same activity, and continue to push and drive, and we will fix these things. And like I said, Fort Worth is not like a lot of communities. We're not in despair. We're right on the cusp of getting everything that we want out of our community. We're so close. And so I ask that you go out, you vote, you take everybody with you, that even people that say, I don't believe in voting. What's the point of voting? I'm just one vote. It doesn't matter. 4,000 votes. There are high school graduating classes in this area that have more than 4,000 kids coming out. We can put together something, and they don't see it coming. I'm telling you right now, they don't see it coming. They're thinking that they already told me they already have a candidate lined up that they believe is going to win. They've already put him in place, and I'm telling you right now, he's so comfortable. He thinks he's got it because he has all the support. We can change it. We do not have to let people continue to put one person in there after another and they control the narrative. We can switch it into our favor, but we got to get out and vote. We got to get active. We got to bring people with us. We got to encourage those around us. We have to research ourselves. I know it seems like a waste of time, but dig in, find out who's going to do what you need them to do, and then go out and vote and support them. All right, God bless you guys. Love y'all. Thank you guys for joining us on this Facebook Live. Like I said, like it, share it with your friends and family, and we're going to go out on May 1st, and we're going to change a lot of things. God bless you guys.